What is up, everyone? We are back, and today we have another post that we are covering in the subliminal subreddit. It's interesting that one has a lot of members. I was looking at the affirmation subreddit, and the subliminal has quite a few more. It has 70,000 members about. So anyways, interesting that a lot of people are interested in subliminals. Let me know if you guys are interested in subliminals below. I personally am a bigger fan of affirmations, of being able to hear the exact thing. Hypnosis, affirmation, neuro-linguistic programming, these are all tools that can allow us to change the way that we think. Many people that are big, famous people that have helped tons and millions of people, Tony Robbins being an example, the first example that comes to mind, probably the most well-known, they all use these tools. Whether they want to call them that or not, that's up for another discussion, but that is what they're using to generate change in people. So here we go. This is the post. Is it really as easy to manifest a big desire as a small one? First, let's turn to the meaning of big desire. What is a big desire? We all intuitively know that a text message, a free cup of coffee, or seeing our dream car from afar doesn't qualify as one. But where do small and big start when it comes to desires? For some, manifesting $10,000 is a huge deal. For others, $10,000 is pocket money. Similarly, for a man who is 5'7", growing 5 more inches will mean a lot more than for a guy who is already 6'2" tall. We must keep in mind that no success story exists in a vacuum. Every manifestation is inherently linked to a person, a human being. Focusing only on a specific manifestation without looking into the person who is manifesting could be misleading and detrimental to your own manifestation journey. For example, suppose you read a success story about someone who just won $1 million by visualizing for a week. You happily acknowledge that one must not necessarily work for money and decide to manifest the same. So you start visualizing. A week passes by, then 2, 3, 4, 5. And your $1 million still hasn't hit your bank account. You are growing impatient. Ultimately, after visualizing for 2 months, without any tangible results, you succumb to defeat. Now, you question other success stories. Even worse, you question if imagination does create reality. All because you couldn't manifest $1 million in a similar fashion as the person who posted the success story. But could you have done it in the first place? The manifesting community often stresses that your circumstances don't matter and anyone can manifest anything. This sentiment, however, is only a half-truth. I love that she mentions this because I think almost everything in reality is a half-truth. And that is why I believe the point is nuance when people say, everything can come to me effortlessly. Money is just, it's everywhere. Yes, it is. And it can come to you effortlessly. But at the same time, do you think that hard work, that dedication, that a powerful practice of actually taking action towards that is not going to have any impact? No, of course it will, because all things are half-truths. Anyways, that's a side point. So your circumstances do matter when it comes to manifesting speed and efficiency. Why? Because your current circumstances are in fact the crystallized version of your current beliefs. Your external, physical reality always mirrors back to you the beliefs you hold onto internally. And in that sense, your current circumstances, aka your current beliefs, do make a difference in the matter of realizing your specific desires, especially when you are dealing with the big, important ones. For instance, it is easy to manifest winning $1 million for someone who has never been in debt, who has always been provided for, and who has already won some money or some other material thing in their life. That person already has beneficial supporting beliefs regarding wealth and security. Thus, he has little to no evidence stored in his belief system that would oppose the attainment of this desire. In other words, he has no pre-existing beliefs getting in the way of the feeling of naturalness when it comes to receiving a large amount of money in a fortunate manner. This is so on point because she makes note of this in the previous post that we covered about the layers of beliefs. These supporting belief structures there are belief structures. There are thought forms that create beliefs, that create belief structures, which create a belief system. And we all have these belief systems and structures in place. One of the reasons why doing these affirmations, recording these affirmations, listening to the affirmations that I have here, whether you record your own or you listen to mine, is so powerful, because it is attacking the problem from many angles. If you want to call it a problem, the self-concept that you have that has currently led you to generate the results in your life that are physically present now is a result of your old belief structures, your old belief system. These new affirmations, that when you're being instructed, this is the new you are this, you are lucky, everything is falling into place for you. It is hitting your belief system from all different angles. Imagine a fighter in the ring who's being pummeled from getting body shots. He's getting his legs swiped out from underneath him. He's getting jabbed in the face, right hook, left hook. Your belief systems will not be able to withstand it, especially if you're in a state akin to sleep or a state in which your conscious mind is occupied doing an activity. It will begin to imprint the new belief structures, which are all going to be supportive of this new goal, this new intended desire, this new intention that you are setting. Anyways, just want to hit on that real quick. So, conversely, it is no coincidence that you cannot manifest instantly $1 million if you have never experienced financial security. You have always struggled with money and you have never won anything before. Exactly. You'd then be harboring beliefs that, oh, well, it's hard to win things. And, I don't have luck on my side. I've never won anything before. How are you going to be able to win $1 million in the lottery if you've never even won anything else? You don't have the belief systems to support that. No matter how much you want to deny it, your previous life experiences reveal that you have unfavorable beliefs concerning money and prosperity. And all the opposing beliefs currently engraved in your subconscious will make it difficult for you to reach the feeling of naturalness regarding such a huge amount of money. Of course, that does not mean that you should give up on the $1 million, but you do need to realize and come to terms with the fact that in order to manifest this desire, your subconscious will also have to rewrite your unfavorable beliefs regarding money. And in most cases, this rewriting or rewiring does take time. In light of the above, when it comes to desires, the adjective big should not refer to size, but rather to the impact on one's life. Did the realization transform the manifesting person's life, or did it not have such a dramatic effect? Going back to the examples given in the beginning, giving an extra $10,000 will not change Jeff Bezos' life. Heck, he probably would not even notice it. But what if the $10,000 was manifested by someone who owes 2 months' rent? The same amount of money no longer seems insignificant, does it? Therefore, let's rephrase our initial question as to whether manifesting life-transforming desires is just as easy as manifesting the ones that don't fundamentally change our lives. In short, the answer is a resounding no, but this shouldn't come as a surprise if you ever spent some time on a forum dealing with manifesting. The posts reporting trivial successes always outnumber the ones with meaningful victories, and that's no coincidence. Realizing insignificant stuff is easy for 3 reasons. 1, you don't need to change your belief system. 2, you don't need to be persistent. And 3, you don't need to be consistent. Now, let's discuss these reasons one by one. Reason number 1, realizing a small desire doesn't require you to change your belief system. How many times have you manifested a phone call from a loved one after a fleeting thought? 100, 1,000. And how many times have you manifested a lottery jackpot? It surely crossed your mind at least once. For most of us, it's normal to receive a phone call from someone that we know, but winning the lottery, that's uncharted territory. So, what stops the mind from manifesting a jackpot or other life-changing desires? 3 words: opposing pre-existing beliefs. As discussed earlier, we do not manifest in a vacuum. By the time we learn about conscious manifesting, we have already assumed hundreds of different things about ourselves and the world around us. These old assumptions had ample time to get cemented in our minds and thus in our reality. In essence, these old assumptions graduate from being mere thoughts to core beliefs running our lives. The problem? Our earlier assumptions, aka our beliefs, often clash with our new preferred assumptions. For example, having believed that money is hard to get for years will make manifesting a lottery jackpot an uphill battle, but not an impossible one. Everything can be overcome by patience and consistency, because how can I get easy money if money is difficult to obtain? Obviously, the mind needs to choose between these two opposing beliefs. And it does choose the same way all the time. It will go with the most dominant one. It will go with the one you fed it with the most. Now, when it comes to small desires, there is no clash of beliefs in people's minds. Again, under small desires, we understand desires that do not transform one's life. Something that is small for person A could be huge for person B, and vice versa. Let's see how this plays out in real life. Adam is a 17-year-old. He is already 6'3", but wants to be 6'6" tall, inches tall. In the last 2 years, his family members often commented on his height and started to referring to him as the giant one. Adam also towers over his classmates. Bob is 28 years old. He is only 5'4" and was often bullied as Bobby the Shorty. He also blames his height for his unsuccessful love life and his inability to secure lead roles as an actor. His dream is to be at least 6'2". Who do you think will manifest his desired height faster? Adam, who already thinks of himself as someone tall, or Bob, whose whole identity revolves around his short height? The obvious answer is Adam, but somehow this is not obvious to everyone. Therein lies the biggest problem of the manifesting community. Too many are selling the lie that notwithstanding your current circumstances, you can manifest anything instantly. This is exactly what I say. Now, if that was true, ask yourself, why not all the manifesting gurus live in their dream mansion, drive their dream car, have a killer body, an amazing love life, a successful career besides selling manifesting courses? Why they cannot manifest these 5 simple items in 5 days or 5 weeks or even in 5 months? Most of them are in the manifesting business for a lot longer, but that is a topic for another day. Let's go back to Bob and Adam. Based on his current circumstances, Adam has already formed the belief that he's a tall guy. This belief was strengthened every time a family member commented on his height, and every time he talked to his shorter classmates. As we can see, his desire is basically to go from tall to taller. Bob, on the other hand, formed the belief that he is the short one. His belief was reinforced by his bullies. To make things worse, he derived additional beliefs from his short height. He believes that he cannot have a great relationship because he's short. He also believes that he cannot land an acting role because, newsflash, he is short. Plus, he bought into the belief that guys stop growing after the age of 21. His mind is literally consumed by thoughts of his inadequate height, and his desire is to go from short to tall. Now that is what we call a tall order. Clearly, Adam can manifest his desire quickly and easily by taking advantage of his pre-existing belief of being tall. Conversely, Bob will have a harder time with this desire, as his mind needs a lot more convincing and a serious rewiring regarding his height and general thoughts on growing. As Matthew 25:29 says, "For everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away." Reason number 2, realizing a small desire doesn't require you to be persistent. According to the dictionary, being persistent means continuing firmly or obstinately in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. As discussed, in the world of manifesting, your opposition comes in the form of pre-existing beliefs. If you do not have any opposing pre-existing beliefs concerning your desires, your job is easy. That is when visualizing once or twice is enough. That is when jotting down your desire in a journal a couple of times is more than sufficient. That is when fleeting thoughts manifest. Unfortunately, for most people, this only covers the trivia of life. Texts, calls, butterflies, cups of coffee, insignificant amounts of money, etc. And while manifesting trivia could be fun, it is nowhere near as fulfilling as manifesting a life-changing desire. Reason number 3. Realizing a small desire doesn't require you to be consistent. Being consistent means acting in the same way over time. In the case of small desires, there is no need for much consistency because they manifest instantly or relatively quickly. Why? Because there is no opposition to fight with, no pre-existing beliefs to overwrite. Conversely, big desires always involve one or more opposing beliefs, pre-existing beliefs. That is exactly why we deem them big, and that is also why they seem longer to manifest. It is no coincidence that Neville recommends repeating the same scene or sentence over and over again and sticking to it until it manifests. In summary, manifesting a big, life-transforming desire is nowhere near as easy as manifesting a small one. You need to be patient, you need to be persistent, and you need to be consistent. Another key takeaway is that one cannot train for manifesting big desires by manifesting small ones. They do not require the same manifesting skill set. While manifesting trivia is a fun way to remind yourself of your power, it is not sufficient to manifest patience, to master patience, persistence, and consistency to realize your biggest desires. So here we go with the comments here. There's actually not as many comments in this because this one was posted in the Subliminals subreddit, but somebody wrote, "This is gold. No one in the Neville sub points out to work on pre-existing beliefs before manifesting big things. So what happened to Bob? What should he do?" She wrote, "Thank you. Please check out my other posts." So we may have to cover that. What I want to end this video with is, this is exactly putting into words why I am somewhere in the middle. Whereas the manifesting community wants you to believe that all things big or small are the same. Again, in my opinion, that is a half truth. All things are but half truths. That is a truth. And maybe that in itself is a half truth, but that is a truth that is written in the book, The Kabbalion. And I really do think there is a lot of wisdom in that, because just as she's saying here, she's emphatically saying that these are different things. Well, I'm sure that there are people, like, everything that she said strikes a chord within me because everything is based on that person's pre-existing beliefs and what they think is possible. There are some people that are brought up, some people that are just, they were born to parents who are wealthy. Not only were their parents wealthy with external wealth, but they may also bless them with amazing guidance, instill the correct belief systems inside of them, install a winning mindset inside of their children. And these people, and they may be blessed genetically, they may be, already born, in peak physical shape. It's easy for them to maintain lean, powerful physiques. They have essentially six-pack abs and, visionary minds that are programmed for success, okay? That some people are born like that. Now, we don't have control over that. But those people, is it easy for them to achieve different things in these different arenas of life? Most likely, I'm sure that it is. It is easier for some people. You got people born at all on a range of the spectrum with different talents, different gifts, different predispositions, different interests, different strengths and weaknesses. So for you to understand, come to terms with what those are, what they may be for you, what your limiting beliefs may be, tackle them on a belief level, but then also put in the work, is how you're going to really, really get life-changing results. If you listen to people that are massively successful, almost without failure, every single one of them talks about working hard. And again, I'm not here saying that hard work is the only thing. Clearly, I'm talking about mindset on this channel. Clearly, that's what the main focus of all these videos that we've been releasing here is discussing mindset, because mindset, in my opinion, precedes action. And so I think it is very, very foundational that you get the right mindset before any type of endeavor that you engage in. But to not acknowledge the other side of that is that you need to take action in order to really get these results. You want life-changing results, it requires, they say, there's that quote, in order to do something you've never done before, you have to be somebody that you haven't been. But who's that version of yourself? They're going to be taking different actions. And so they go hand in hand. I really like how she addresses this, because this is a very prevalent thing in the manifesting community. Is like, well, manifesting $1 million is the same as manifesting a penny on the ground. Well, maybe, there is some truth in that as well, that they are just, everything is made up of energy, and everything, the universe may not know the difference, or the universal energy. But as far as our human minds that we've been programmed with, we have a different conception of both of those things. One of them, like she said, is life-changing. The other thing is so trivial and insignificant, cup of coffee, manifest that in your sleep any day of the week, or a penny on the ground, or whatever it is, right? These trivial things, they're not life-changing, so they're much easier, because your mind, and again, just to insert this one more time here, the book Transurfing, Reality Transurfing, the author of that book is a quantum physicist. His name is Vadim Zeland. He discusses how the importance level that you give something is what causes friction on an energetic level. There becomes dissonance, discord with the energy. So the more importance that you place on this desire, the more that it is energetically pushed away from you. And that is why you notice, that is why there are these phrases such as, oh, you're putting that person on the pedestal. Well, you're making them more important. You're making them so important. You make the thing, whatever it is, so important that you are now distancing yourself from it. You're saying, oh, that's too good for me. I'm not good enough for that. And what do we say again? That I'm not good enough type feeling, that is at the root of all of these blocks, all of these things. Either I'm not good enough, or the world doesn't support that your worldview doesn't support it. It is some rooted belief deep down that is making it harder for that life-changing thing to happen, because it is having to navigate through all of those belief structures which are already there. By doing affirmations, by taking action, by doing imagining, visualizing, many practices, scripting, all of these things are tools that we can use to rewire those beliefs, because that is what will allow us to then get that result. So anyways, guys, I really like this post. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys agree with this? Do you disagree? Would love to hear your thoughts below. With that being said, hit me with a like, hit me with a subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very, very soon. So if you guys are really serious about wanting to take control over your belief systems, get in there and truly rewire your beliefs so that you can find the limiting beliefs, dig them out by the root, and replace them with the empowering beliefs that will actually get you the life-changing results that you want. The ebook, the technique that I mentioned, it's down in the description. You can download it. It's absolutely free, and it will be sent to you immediately. And you'll be able to go through that book, look through it, get the techniques that I've outlined that are the absolute best way that I've found to get to the core beliefs, uproot them and replace them with the empowering ones, and really, really begin to have life-changing results. I mean, when I did this, I started seeing results immediately. And that's why I've come up with this. That's why I've written this ebook. I put it all together over the past couple months. I've been working on it. I'm really excited for you guys to check it out. Go ahead and download it. Like I said, it's in the description below. All you need to do is click the link, follow it, and let me know how it goes, because I'm super stoked to see your results. Much love as always, and I hope to see you in the next one.